Hello, welcome back. The idea for this video literally just popped into my head about 5 minutes ago when I received a message from a really good friend of mine from Germany. We have been friends for precisely, hold on, let me do the maths. 16 years. So we met in London. If you have done 100 days, you know who she is. We were just exchanging messages and we were exchanging voice messages actually. Listen to what I just said. I said exchanging messages. And you guys ask me this question, don't you? You go, what's the difference between exchange, swap, change, switch, and all of those verbs? There's a video about this on this channel actually, although I don't really like that type of video. I did it for you, but it's not my type of video. You're not listening, are you? I am using the right one here with you. So just go with that. And then later on, you're going to understand more about it. And then you will know that maybe there's another one you can use as well. But just go with the one that you have heard and use that, okay? So we were exchanging messages, voice messages. And she sent me this really long voice message. I think it was 4 minutes long. And she started speaking. She speaks really well. And then she goes, oh, I forgot the word. What was the word? So nervous. I always get so nervous when I'm sending you voice messages because your English is perfect. And then my words disappear and I don't know what to say. And I'm like, whoa, hold on a minute, you. This is something we cannot ignore. You have been there. I'm sure you have. I have been there. We have all been in a situation where we're speaking English with someone who speaks in a way that we look up to, which is the same as admire. We look up to, we think that person speaks perfectly, amazingly. It's the English we would like to speak. Psychologically speaking, guys, this creates a really strange defense mechanism that instead of us really excelling and doing something great because we're talking to someone that we feel we kind of have to speak as well as they do, so it's a personal thing, isn't it? We feel like we must excel when we're talking to them and really doing it and then speaking amazingly and being proud of ourselves. The opposite happens. We then cannot get our words out. And that is proof that the psychological aspects of learning and being bilingual really do play a significant part in the way we speak. We cannot ignore that because if we do, we're always going to be extremely frustrated when we are speaking to someone that we look up to, or it's a situation that we feel under pressure for whatever reason, and we cannot perform as well. We're always going to be really upset and frustrated about it. But when we understand that the psychology of bilingualism is real and cannot be ignored, and it will materialize in really strange ways, we then learn to go easy on ourselves. To go easy on ourselves is the opposite of being really hard on ourselves and expecting perfection at all times. And it's a fine line as well, isn't it? It's a fine line. It's difficult to see the difference. It's a fine line between going easy on yourself and not caring. It's a fine line, but there is a line there. I'm never ever going to say to you, you shouldn't care about the way you speak. People should be trying to understand you. You should just speak and just don't care about it. You should not care about it at all. I'm not going to say that to you because I personally don't believe that's beneficial. I don't think that's going to help you in any way. I think this makes for bad speakers. I do. And I am a firm believer that everyone can learn to speak decent English, good enough English. I'm not saying perfect, I'm saying good enough that you can have a good conversation with someone. People can understand what you're saying. you can use structures in a way that you can really illustrate what you're trying to say. So it's a fine line, but there is a difference, okay? So I'm not saying to you, you should not care about your speaking. That's not the kind of teacher I am. I am saying to you that you must understand that speaking to someone whose English is very, very good, that makes you think your English is not that good, will probably affect your speaking in a negative way. It would be amazing if that could affect your speaking positively. So, wow, I really delivered. I did something amazing and I spoke so well. That's probably not going to happen. For most of us, in most situations, that will not be the case. That will not be the case simply means that's not going to happen, okay? It won't be the case. What can we do? What can we do when there is a situation that our emotions start to play up and we notice that our speaking is affected because of psychological reasons? The best way to go about this is to know, first, this is the first thing I need to tell you, to know that this will happen. Expect it to happen because it will. And then the second thing that I feel is actually really beneficial is to do exactly what my friend did, is to say it. Because then you get it off your chest and you're not trying to hide anything. When you're honest about your feelings, you give that person you're talking to the chance to comfort you in a way or another, or at least to be more empathetic towards you when you're speaking. So if it's a job interview, you're not going to do that. I'm talking about situations where you're talking to someone in an informal situation, but it's someone that has really good English that makes you insecure. Just make a joke out of it and go, wow, talking to you makes me nervous because your English is so good. So come on, be nice, okay? Bear with me. That's okay. Make a joke out of it. Do it in a way that you're real, honest about yourself, about your feelings, about your current English, and everything will be okay. And the moment she said that, I was still listening to what she was saying, but I started typing going, you are ridiculous. Your English is great as it always has been. Because her English has always been great. Great English, great vocabulary. I don't think I've ever picked up on a single mistake from her. I never noticed anyway, because really her English is great. But it's just silly feelings that we have and that we can't even explain. So saying it can help, can make you feel better. If you're talking to someone that makes you feel threatened, it's a good word, makes you feel threatened, like you're not safe with this person, emotionally speaking, then yeah, don't tell them, obviously. Tell someone that you feel remotely comfortable with, someone that you feel you could trust. Maybe you don't trust them now, but you could build that trust. Then just make a joke out of it. And know that psychological aspects of being a bilingual are always kind of hovering, it's always in the air in so many different ways. And it could manifest as you trying desperately to impress. So this is something else that I see happening a lot and that I have received messages about. So you are so desperate for compliments, for people to say, wow, great English, your English is so good, that you force yourself so much when you're speaking that you can't relax and you can't be yourself because you're constantly trying to find the perfect words and the perfect way to say something. And that stops you from finding any sort of balance when you're speaking. So being able to speak, being able to find the words and feeling okay at the same time. So desperately fishing for compliments in a way about your English is not going to help you. And also putting yourself down all the time is not going to help you. we want to find a healthy balance there. To be able to say to someone when you're not comfortable because you think their English is so good and you feel under pressure, that's okay, that's fine. You don't want to do this all the time with everyone. You want to do this only when you really feel that's the reason why you're not delivering. We have to remember there are so many factors that affect our speaking when we're not a native speaker. So if you're very tired, you're going to struggle to find the words. The words are going to disappear. It's going to be super foggy. You know, when you can't see where you're going, it's going to be super foggy in your brain. And you're not going to be able to retrieve those words, If you're under a lot of pressure, it's going to be harder to speak. If you're stressed, so it's a really stressful situation, you've lost your car keys and you have no idea where it is and you need to get to work and you're really stressed, trust me, you're going to struggle to get your words out. Knowing all of that helps you trust the bilingual process, respect it, and find ways to go about it and finding ways around it as well. Stop yourself, whatever you do, do not apologize for your English. Stop yourself from doing that. It doesn't look good, it doesn't sound good, and it's a silly thing to do. So mentioning that you're not comfortable is one thing. Apologizing, I'm sorry for my English. Sorry, my English sucks. Sorry about my English. It doesn't help. It's just not a helpful way to go about things. So try to avoid that statement as much as possible. And I hope this video has helped you today. I really do. Thank you for being here with me. See you guys next time.